Welcome to the final day of Ether Race for the season. We gotta play, or I gotta play, two matches today on the last day since I missed some pots earlier this week. So we're gonna play this one. This is the first one. Pretty straightforward here. I kind of gave you a glimpse there, but it's gonna be pretty straightforward. Just gonna Gale Force, and Baby Golvek here is gonna end someone's action. More than likely, it's gonna be Bramamon. Since he is the, well, not even least scary option. It's just, of all the options that I got here, it's probably going to be him because I have to take out Lucina because I might want to do stuff with the dual button. And then I don't want to keep Camilla around. That could be potentially scary. Sigurd has to go, and then Robin has to go because she has the ice. So yeah, it's either Lynn or Bramamon, and it's probably going to be Bramamon. Also, I feel like Bramamon, I've said this before, haven't I? Yeah, Bramamon deserves an ult. Very good unit. I think in the current meta, feud plus the special jump, perfect. I think he'd be a really good mage option. Not quite sure what capacity they would release them in, but I really would enjoy having Bramamon included into like the regular pool in some capacity like they've done with Naga. Hopefully they do that with more of the mythics that are kind of like outdated. But I don't know. Let's see what IS decides to do.
This is challenging.
Alright, so here we got Xander, dual Xander as the bonus unit for this team. I kind of just wanted to have a different option. And like I said, I think this bonus version, I think it's bonus version 4 or 3, is where we start to, get some actually usable units. It's definitely 4. Hector is 3. Edelgard is 4. So yeah, is when we start to get some really usable units. So that's why Xander is here. And I wanted to give him a swing. So this was the team that I cooked up. It's not very great. It's really just Edelgard Stomp and Tana to warp Tana again. Gotta point it out, whenever she runs, I highly recommend that you pick her up because the warping is fantastic. It's very, very useful. Lately, haven't been able to, kill as many things with her as I normally would have, but that's, understandable given, how the meta currently is. I doubt there's any way that she's going to ever be able to take out Dedu. Maybe I should also invest into her a little bit more. I think the only thing I haven't given to her is Haze Slice, which is expensive fodder, but I'm currently contemplating foddering my Valentine's Dimitri because he fell off very quickly, to my surprise. Kind of like his Christmas version, if I'm being completely honest. And I think it's the high attack, it's the low bulk. No, it's not even that. He's not killing anything. And I guess, to his credit, it's not necessarily his playstyle to actually kill something. He's really there to steal the bonuses. He's kind of doing what Loki does, but he has to. Mythic Loki does, but he has both of them. Well, one is Thor. He's kind of doing what Loki does, but he has to attack in order to achieve that erasal isn't the word. Erasure. Okay, there we go. But which isn't as convenient depending on the circumstances. But yeah, he's been dying quite a bit into a lot of the near saves that he's been initiating to. Not just the near saves, but just a lot of the units into the game are actually just one-shotting him in return, which is really bizarre. Given Haze Slice plus the damage reduction plus Excel, but then I guess some of them aren't really hitting back with specials. But yeah, he's not really too hot right now. And I don't want to make the same mistake that I made with Winter Dimitri, which was I kind of held on to him a little bit too long. And then his fodder, the no quarter, kind of became obsolete. So I don't know. I feel like I might fodder my Valentine's Dimitri to someone so that I can duplicate Haze Slice. Actually, I already have Haze Slice on Peony, but I can't remember when was the last time we got a dual Peony rerun, and it probably won't be for a while since she came around quite often in the past couple of months. She's been around, so I guess it's to be expected. But she's the one that I have Haze Slice on, and I kind of want someone to pass it off to. Not quite sure who, but that's currently my fodder factory for that. But yeah, he not doing too hot. And then who else we got? We got a Lear. We got a Lear. That's what I was trying to remember.
All right.
The male Lear from the fallen male Lear. I was watching. What was I watching? Luigi. I was watching his video and just looking at like some of the team combinations with the Lear, fallen male Lear. Initially, like my thoughts on him were not the greatest. I didn't think he was too cracked, but let's play one more match though. Like I said, we gotta play two, so let's play one more and I'll talk more about that. Okay, here's our final match for the day, Sigurd comp. This one is a bit challenging, so I'm gonna go with this team because of Erica. And I think the trap placements are going to favor me here to be able to snipe things with Erica. No range units on this layout because, of course, why would you need a range unit in this day when melee units are the ones that do the most damage? Not only that, when Ather is around, it's pretty easy to mess up your defensive compositions by adding a range unit to that. So, yeah, that's what we... Do I have a range unit? No, I have a range unit on my defense. Yeah, but in any case, what are we looking at here? So Sigurd is the problem, and then also the fact that Ather is there is also the second problem. And I think the trap here in the front of Ather is real. So that means the trap beside that one in front of Sigurd is also real. So it's not great for initiating from range, from in front from melee range, but with a range option like Erica, we should be able to get in and out with the dance from Plumeria, who still has, I think it's decided at this point, the most busted dance because of the ability to re-enable Kanto. That is going to age very well based off the direction that I see them heading in terms of just absolute mobility and Kanto for everybody. I see that aging very well. This Plumeria is going to do very well in the future. I wish they would have given a refine to dual Peony. Well, she's not up yet, I don't think. But hopefully they do, because they didn't give Sigurd one. But hopefully they give one to duo Peony and they incorporate something like that. If not, just give her more stats so that she can be a little bit more offensive. I'm totally fine with that. At the current state that we are in the game, it's okay to give dancers offensive refines. It's fine. But yeah, this Plumeria is very good, man. Really, really good. So yeah, we're gonna. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, this team isn't locked. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go up. We're gonna take Becky. So I gotta be a little bit creative here with the swap and the smite and the swap and for the gravity thing. And then we're gonna get Sigurd, and yeah, that's gonna be GG's. Rhea here, far saving, not the best counter or not the best choice for Chaos Season. I've realized, especially when someone like Makai is available to be run, because Makai kind of just obliterates her, and that's pretty much what's going to happen whenever I do decide to do so. But yeah, the rest of this is pretty straightforward with Plumeria here and all the extra dances. And luckily, I don't see anyone with the Sigurd ring, unless it was on Erica and I missed it. But I don't see anyone with the Sigurd ring, so we're fine with what I'm planning to do, which is just to back up a little bit. Don't think I'll be able to get Marth in here because they share. No one here has the units here with the highest HP, 41 each, and I don't think I'll be able to solve that problem. So, anyways, looking back at Ather, I was saying that I've been wondering if I should give someone Vantage, because one of my problems is that turn 3 Bull Tower hits, and it's really easy to just destroy my defense after Bull Tower hits for Anima Season, or for not really the defense. I'm speaking specifically to the Elm matchup, and then whoever I put in that secret summoning slot is getting wrecked by the Bull Tower because they pop out and then the Bull Tower goes off, and it's not like a good... Ow, ow. Hit my knee. Okay, yeah, it's not a good combination because it puts that unit at a disadvantage, the one that pops out on the third turn. So I've been thinking of like giving that unit Vantage, but then who can really run Vantage just to or who can run Vantage to compensate in that particular situation? It's either that or I move Ather into a spot a little bit closer, but I can't really seem to figure out a position for that, or I might move the slot, but then I lose out on the Micaiah support, so I don't know. But then also I do need to move Micaiah, so it's a lot of variables. I haven't even begun to try to build another defense for Anima Season yet because there's so many moving pieces. I don't actually know what I'm gonna do just yet. I was actually waiting to see what we'll get on the bridal banner before I made a decision in terms of a new defensive build, and I think I might just do that because there just aren't that many options. Because if I put Ather there, then he's going to get blasted by the Bolt Tower, which will bring him down to 1. Without any Breath of Life support, he's just going to die to Elm, because Elm is very fast. Even though Ather can win that speed check, and I was also considering putting Marth there, but after this week I've seen Marth lose to Elm, so it kind of feels like that's not the right decision. I think, given everything that I've seen from this week in Chaos Season, it's looking like Marth's best support is empathy. It looks like that's what's going to need to be added to him to get the best out of him, because the bonus doubler is really just absolute trash. There's no point in running bonus. Well, he has it, so... But yeah, there's no point in depending on that bonus doubler to actually help you out. I'm just double checking the conditions for the dual button here, and it is, if 2 units are in the space and they meet the condition, then none of them get it, so I can't even pop the dual skill. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, Marth, I think empathy support is the best thing for him because lulls are literally everywhere. Amelia has a lull, Sedith has a lull, or lull Crux. You have a drive lull in terms of 3 rows, 3 columns now. So having bonus doubler is kind of pointless because you're never going to really be able to monopolize those additional stats that you're getting because of the lull counterplay. And then lulls are in most weapons these days, so the bonus doubler is kind of defeated really, really easily by most things, and there's going to be some point where ploys are going to make a comeback. Time Pulse ploy is specifically one of the main things that will impact you in Anima Season. So empathy being the status effect, I feel like is the best way to get the most out of Marth, because he already has so much status buffs, and you're giving him empathy on top of that. It just combos really well, which means that his best partnerships are going to be Erica and Rune, maybe the healer Idane, because those are the 3 units I think currently that have empathy as a status effect, unless I'm forgetting someone, but those are the main units that have empathy. And it really scales well with everything that Marth is doing, and then if you have that in combination with the rest of your team, it's just going to be a really powerful stat ball, and the only thing that can really stop that is someone like Loki, or I wouldn't even say Dimitri, because he's probably going to die into whatever he attacks into because of all the stat buffs that are just going to be there. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to get all of that to work, but then Rune is an offensive mythic, so there's no way that you can really run him on defense and not take a big score loss, which leaves you with Erica, which is a good partner. But then how do you really put that together, you know? So that's my thought process currently. I'm going to play with that a little bit just to see how that can go, as well as some of the Ather thing that I mentioned. I think Ather might actually be decent for this current meta, but that's it for right now. GG's. See you in the next one.